welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family and my animals. Today is Saturday the 22nd of March 2025, and this is episode 181. Welcome if you are a new viewer, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today and all the times you carry on watching. I'm so grateful. I see names popping up and I've actually got to meet some of you lovely viewers last week at EAYF, and it's just amazing. I still can't believe you watch me, to be fair. I really don't. It's just, it blows me away that you do, so thank you. So this is all my podcast, all about my all about any craft I do, but to be fair, it's been solely knitting. I have just knitted recently and it's something that I've just wanted to do, so we're going with it. We are completely going with it at the moment. I had an amazing time at the East Anglia Yarn Festival last weekend. I did get to say hello to a few of you and that was brilliant, thank you. It's great to put sort of faces to the names, and it was such a brilliant show. It was so much fun. I went with some lovely friends and there was a podcaster meet up and it was just amazing. It really was. But if you want a taste of what it was like and you haven't watched it, I do have a vlog up from my time there. So I'm not going to kind of rehash all of that because it is all in the vlog. What I have done is I've got the acquisitions I bought there to show today, just in case you've not seen them. But all the podcaster bits and pieces are on that video, so do go and check it out if you don't mind. That would be great. Right, also actually on that, because I never do this bit, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I do have a Kofi account if you want to support the podcast at all. Haven't really used it for ages, but it is there, and there is a link I think in the description. If not, I'll try and remember to put that in. Right, shall we see what we've been up to? I have a coffee. I mean, who am I kidding? I have a coffee and I also have a Coke. It's 9:30 in the morning and I already opened a Coke. It's dreadful, but throat. So after chatting a lot last weekend, my voice has not been great. And also I yelled very loudly during the week here to call some people, and it was sort of like my old-fashioned when I was yelling at everybody for dinner yowl. And that really, I really felt it. So I was like, don't do that again, Sharon. Just go and ask them to come here rather than yell for them. I was yelling for dinner. The dinner was ready. Should we get into the knitting? I've got something new to show you. Otherwise, they're just old friends, basically. Let's start with, do you know what? Let's just start with what's on the top, because that's my, no, they are in there. That's my cozy memory blanket. Living in my seaside bag for busy pottering, and I did do a little bit of work on this since you've last seen it. I've got, these are all, I think, yes they are, these are all Jules's minis that I had in my advent from her, the swap we did at Christmas. So there's that line there, they're so pretty. And then there's that line there. So there's those bits there. I haven't seen you for a little while, have I? And then also I've just started a new line at the bottom. So that's how it's looking. It's growing, isn't it? I mean, it's definitely growing. I'm really loving it. So yeah. It's having a grow. I will have some other bits and pieces to add into it when I've finished one of my projects that I'm working on, which I'm nearly there. I'm not too far off. So that's the cozy memory blanket, and I'm doing 18 stitches on each side and 2.5mm needles. I normally use a 3. Not quite sure why I'm only using 2.5 this time, but we're going with it. I'm not changing it now. So that's that one. And then, another old friend, which is living in a So Sweet Violet bag, is my dotted rays. So this is what I was knitting on mainly at the show. Am I mid-row? Hold on, let me just see where I am. Where am I going? Am I going that way? Oh, I am. I might just finish the row and then come back to you. So I've just spent all this time finishing my row. And the minute, like the split second that I'd got the row finished so I could show it, the leaf blower started. I was like, this is immaculate timing. Anyway, let's get back to the dotted rays. So this is a pattern by Stephen West. His looks nothing like mine. I'm making a scrappy, very, very scrappy dotted rays. There we go. It's, oh, I love it. I love it so much. I really do. It's so pretty and it's so much fun to work on. It's very intuitive. Honestly, once you've got it, you've got it. And yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so pretty. So these are all minis that my lovely friend Jules, who's got the So Sweet Violet podcast, gifted me at Christmas. We did an advent swap. And this was all of my minis. I have got not that many left now. Let's have a look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I should probably put these a bit closer, shall I? Should I put these a bit closer so you can see them properly? Sorry. It was a bit of a flash and gone, wasn't it? So that's 4. And then I've got 5 and 6. So that's all I've got, which is not many at all. If I cracked on this weekend, I would get this done. However, I can't hold these all at one go. I don't know why I'm trying. I just can't. My hands are not big enough. There we go. There's one missing. It's down there. Yeah, if I cracked on, I could probably get this done. But you'll see why I'm not going to be cracking on. There is a reason. And yeah, I'm using all of my little crystal stitch markers to mark where I'm turning round. And they just keep me honest for where the rows of Liano's Bazaar, they do at some point go dramatically off. This last row has gone very, very, very off. I don't know why, but I'm getting near the end. I'm not too worried. It can carry on like it is. Luckily, by the time you get to that end, they're so far apart you can't really tell that they're off. So I'm using 4.5mm Chalgo needles. I've got my little stitch stoppers on the end, which are essential because there are a lot of stitches on here now. I don't know how many stitches there are on here. I'm not keeping a stitch count. I'm just doing my yarn overs where I need to do my yarn overs, and all I know is it does take quite a long while now to do a row, but because it's short rows it doesn't. So that row I've just done, I only had to go to there and back, so there wasn't that much at all to do. So obviously once you've got to the row where you're going all the way to the end again, that row takes a while, but each time you're getting that little bit shorter because you only go to, so like that one, and then you only go to that one and back, and then that one and back, because it's all short rows. So it actually gets a lot quicker. That's where it went off. It gets a lot quicker because you only go so far and back, and it just grows so quickly because of the short rows. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this all blocked. So it's all pulled out and blocked. So it's lovely. It just occurred to me I need to not wear it with this though. So this is a Whitmore cardigan. Shall I just stand up and show you quickly? This is the Whitmore cardigan, and I did this. It's held with mohair, not Surrey alpaca, the other one. I would say Kid Silk Haze. That's a brand. Mohair, silk mohair. There we go. So I can wear this because it's a cardigan. Doesn't seem to affect me with my allergy too much. I know knitting it was a bit of a pain. And I used so the sleeves match. I used my dandelion and dogwood advent from a couple of years ago, well 3 or 4 years ago now, to make this. I really love it. I don't wear it as much as I should. Every time I put it on, I'm like, oh, actually I really like this, why don't I wear it more? And I never wear cardigans done up, so I didn't bother putting buttons on it, as I never do a cardigan up. So I did 3/4 length sleeves. That's partly because I thought I'd wear it more as a summer cardigan, but also partly because yarn management. I didn't want to run out of yarn. So my sleeves, so that one, and then that one. So yeah, it's sort of matchy, this one. As you can see, I kept the sleeves to match the body. So I would have, with each mini, these are 20 gram minis, I would have wound off 10 grams and had the 10 grams as the body, and then wound each one of the 10 grams into 2 5 grams and would have used those for the sleeves. And that's how I get it vaguely matchy. So yes, where would it have been the first one? Probably that one there, because that green looks like it goes slightly into the sleeve. I don't know, maybe it was that one actually, because it's got the a sleeve hole there, where I haven't picked up the stitches properly. So yeah, so that would have been the first one. I would have done the 5 gram mini on that sleeve, 5 gram mini on that sleeve, and then done 5 gram in the body, which actually was coincidentally where the pattern ended, because that would have been a full round. There we go. So that's how I do it. That's how I do my yarn management if I'm going to do a scrappy cardigan. I am talking about this and now going, oh, I want to do another one. I want to make all the things. Every time I talk about them, I'm like, oh, I've got 2 of these. Or have I got 3? No, 2. I've got this one and I've got a Lay Family Yarn one. It's a great pattern, very intuitive. She holds your hand the whole way. So yes, I probably wear my Whitmore cardigans more than I wear my Whitmore jumper. Just because I tend to wear cardigans more. Well, that was a complete segue from the dotted rays, wasn't it? But the reason being, I think that's too much colour, even for me. That is a lot of colour to wear together, so I don't think I'd wear it with that. But love this. I have got a blue, sky blue dress. That's not this one, it's a different one. That this would look lovely with, just to add a splash of colour. So yes, I haven't got much more of that mini left now. And I'm just going with these. So it goes into my cozy memory blanket first. So I know that I've got the square, and then the rest of it just goes into here. So there's no yarn left over from these at all. It's all going into this. I'm going to keep going until I've run out of yarn. Now, there is a possibility that I will run out of yarn and have to do the edging in something else. And if that's the case, then that's the case. We'll see. Because I think it's an I-cord bind off, so it's going to be quite a lot of stitches to I-cord bind off. I think I'm going to need a whole one of these. I'll probably do it in that orange actually. I think that's that orange or that orange. That orange. Probably do it in that orange to bind off. But so I may not use all this one, or I may use more than this one. I don't know. Watch the upcoming episodes to see what happens. I do intend to finish this, so hopefully you won't have to wait too long for that one, although that's famous last words with me, isn't it? So that's my dotted rays. I took that away with me at the weekend, so I did do quite a bit of work on that one. It was really good for just sitting and chatting and knitting. And that's not, annoyingly, because then that would be a great excuse where I went slightly wrong with the yarn overs, because that happened when I got back. So can't blame it on being away. Right, next up is a spoiler. If you've not got or not opened your Christmas Santa Secret Sock Society Christmas sock from Kelly for March, look away, because I'm going to show you what I am making in mine. I mean, it's a sock. I have done the first one, have not cast on the second one. So I decided to go with, I'm not going to do any colour spoilers, but are you looking away? Yeah. I decided to do a Pico edge shorty sock. So I love this, I really love this. So we've got Pico edge at the top, a little bit of leg, heel flap and gusset, and I'm using, so I've used the contrast mini for the cuff and for the toe, and I really love how that looks. The Pico edge is from a silk pattern. That's how I learned how to do it, but I mean, I just look up how to do a Pico cuff because they are on the net. You don't have to buy a pattern to learn how to do it. I just think they're very pretty. That mine is slightly twisted. My Pico is slightly twisted, which is annoying because I worked really hard not to twist it, but using dark yarn means that I think it's twisted by about 2 stitches, so it's not too twisty. I have got a pair that's very twisty, but this one is not. Yes, love that. So I've got the main skein, which is this one, and this was a ball that I did wind on my electric ball winder. I have had some queries about that. Hold on, and I have a knot. So yeah, this is the cake I got from it. It's not the prettiest cake, but it's a solid cake. It works really well. And the other thing it does, which I've not found a ball winder do before, is it winds minis really well. So I can get away with winding a mini on there as well. It does a really good job winding the minis. And I've got the Kado one, is it called? Hold on. Yeah, Caydo, and I bought mine direct from Kado, but they are available on Amazon, as I found out yesterday when I was looking one up for a friend. So they have quirks. The arm on it, I would probably do a proper review of it at some point, but the arm on it, you need to put your Swift level with the bottom of the arm, so you do need it up higher. I have mine over on my bookcase. So yeah, you need it up a little bit higher, and it will stop if it hits a snag, but that's a good thing because you don't want it to carry on winding a mess. So that's really, really good. Yeah, and I've got it plugged in. I have not got it plugged in because the cables are not plugged in. I was like, where's the cable? I must have accidentally pulled the cable out. But yeah, it works really, really well. So I am doing, this is a fingering weight one. I am using a 60 stitch count. That was wedge toe, and I'm knitting mine on 2 circulars. As I said, I have not cast on sock 2 yet. I need to do that. I do really need to do that because I haven't. Oh, I have got grab and go knitting. What am I talking about? I have definitely got grab and go knitting because it's the dotted rays. That is 100% grab and go knitting. Yeah, so definitely got grab and go knitting, but I still would like to. I'd like to not fall behind on these, and I have ordered April's one, so I'd like to get these done by the end of March, but if I don't, I don't. I've got the only thing that I'm keeping up with on a monthly basis is my dishcloths. I've got the vintage sewing box quilt that I have not started February yet. Well, I haven't finished January, I haven't started February, and I've got March. So I think I'm just going to keep them. I'm going to buy them all. So I've got them all. And then I'm going to keep them and just do them as I can, rather than trying to keep up with the knit along, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I do, however, want to start going back to working on my embroidery and on that on a daily basis, even if it's just for a few minutes. because you do start getting things finished that way. So I need to start getting back into that. And the only reason I haven't done it for both of them is because I've had a tidy up in my office and I've put them away, and now I need to get them back out again. So I do need to do that. I've got the embroidery in the lounge, actually. Not the embroidery, the quilt in the lounge. Maybe I should make that my after dinner. I'm going to be too tired. No, ignore that. And the lighting's awful in there. No, that's not going to work. I should make it to my before work project. I should get up half an hour earlier. It's not a bad idea, especially with the hour change coming. I'll get up half an hour earlier and work on that for half an hour before I start work. Well, should we see how that works? Right, anyway, moving on. And then my last project that I'm going to talk about, excuse me a moment, is hanging out in my, this is a So Sweet Violet bag, and this was in the Christmas Advent, but I mean, to me it's roses, so it's not Christmas. I'm using it now. And in here, this is part of my EAYF haul. Let me just get everything out. Apparently it's in a mess. Where's the rest of that? Come in. Right, I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up on my desk to do this, I think. But let's start with grabbing the green, because that seems to have wound its way around everything. So, at the lovely Helen, who has Giddy Yarns, there, it vended at EAYF, and she had a little display of gnomes. And if you follow Helen, if you don't, please do go follow Helen. She's doing a year-long gnome knit along with Laura of the Lonely Knitter podcast, who is also the organizer behind EAYF. And Helen had this little display of gnomes on her stall. And I was really taken with this display of gnomes. You know me, I do like my gnomes. And in one in particular, I looked at it and went, oh, I really want to make that gnome. It turns out it was the mystery gnome from Christmas, which I'd already bought the pattern for and didn't do. So I was like, okay, well, I've already got the pattern and I wanted to copy her completely. You know, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery and all that. And I loved what she'd done. And she had the gnome kit on her stall. So this is the Neapolitan gnome kit, which is that one. And it's made up of that one. I had it on sparkle because the sparkle was a thing. This one. You're not attached, are you? The green, which you've already seen. And the purple, which is that one. That's attached at the moment. So that's the 4 colours. Why do I do this to myself? Because, you know, you can't see them really, but that's the 4 colours. And I've made huge progress. So this is Nana Gnome, and that's her body. And the embroidery on there is all done very cleverly with slip stitches. So yeah, my one's got a little bit of a waist because the slip stitch is pulled in a little bit, but hey ho, she's a glamorous nanny. And I love her. I love how that's worked out. I loved doing this. So she's sort of, her body's done. So she has a cape. She comes with a cape, and I'm currently working on the cape. I had to frog this cape 3 times. It is ridiculous. It is the easiest piece of knitting you're ever really likely to come across. I had to frog it 3 times. 3 times I did not read the pattern properly and started incorrectly. You would think after I had to rip it out the 2nd time, I would have made absolutely sure I knew what I was doing the 3rd time. But no, we managed to muck it up again. So 4th time lucky. And this is the start of the cape. Oh, it's so pretty. Anybody who's knit this, if they see a mistake in this, I don't want to know, okay? It's going to need blocking because it's insisting on curling up. But It's so pretty. It's very clever. I love it. I love it so much. And I'm finding using my Kindle Scribe for the pattern is brilliant, because I can write on it where I am and tick things off and mark things off. And obviously, you know, you can do that all with a paper pattern, but then you kind of tend to throw the patterns away after that, don't you? So this way, I'm not killing trees. But yeah, that's the start of my little cape for her. So it's going to kind of go on her. It's worked bottom up. You've got 3 different sizes of needles in this. I did not have the smallest size needles, which were 2.25, and I also couldn't get them very quickly, so I got DPNs. So I've done a lot of this on DPNs, which is not something I do very often, but I can do. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun to do something different. So yes, I use DPNs, and they're currently living in a DPN cozy from Sherry Iris. And so the body and the hat was done on the smallest needles, the brim's done on medium needles, and then the cape is done on the largest needles, which at the moment I'm using, I think these are higher bamboos, and I'm actually using the correct needle sizes, which is unusual for me, but you know, we're going with it. So yes, we had 2.25 for the brim. So no, sorry, it was 2.25 for most of it, 2.5 for the brim, and then 2.75 for the cape. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I'd like to get her finished this weekend. That would be nice. So she's done. But because I'm going to have to block the cape, I don't think I'm gonna have. It's not going to be done. I don't think I'll have it done in time, because I have got other things I need to do this weekend other than sitting and knitting. I wish I didn't, but I have an extremely untidy bedroom, and Ian very kindly bought me some new calyx cubes to go in it, because I've broken my calyx cubes, and I've not done it. So he bought them for me for Christmas. I've not done anything about it, and it's driving me nuts. It's just like, you need to get this done. So I'm going to do my kind of like 15 minutes of knitting, 15 minutes of tidying, and do that over the weekend and see if I can't get my room tidied a little bit. I also need to find a new home for Eric, my fern, because he has taken over the world upstairs and he's way too big for where he is. So I do need to move him. I think the only option I've got is to put him in here, is to put him on my windowsill, because he's going to be so huge that he's going to block out the view. He's so big. Yeah. He does need moving, bless him. Right, so that's my Banana Gnome. And really enjoyed it. Knitting her. That was good fun. Right, so that's it for actual knitting. I'm going to share some bits that I've got with you. So I'm going to share the bits that you've possibly seen before first, and then the stuff that there's one thing you haven't that I will show you at the end. Get all my bits out on my table, out of my podcast basket, and we'll go from there. Where's the other two? Do I assume they've come out? No, they have, but they're on the floor. Bear with. Right. Okay. Let's keep with actually let's not do that way. We'll do that way. Right. Okay, so first up, should I go in the order I bought things? The first thing I bought was these minis, which I love. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but they're very pretty, and they're from the Wall Kitchen. Yeah, they are gorgeous. They're stunning minis. They're 10 grams, fingering weight. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they are very, very pretty. I mean, if I bought another set, and paired it with a main skein, I could make a cardigan out of them, which is very, very pretty. I then bought this one. So so these are what I actually really had on my list of things to buy, which is Corner of Craft beaded stitch markers. So they were on my buy list for the show. So they were actually on my shopping list. So these are what I actually went to get. I love this little fish. The fish is so cute. And then these are the two I wanted in particular. I have already got them, but they're on project, so I wanted them again, which is a raspberry and a blackberry. Hannah's so talented. Loved it. And she's also got an afternoon tea collection, and this just yelled at me from across the room. This is macarons, and it's sparkle sock. So it's a lurex base, so I don't know if you're going to get the sparkle on the camera here. It's definitely sparkling on the vlog. So if you want a better, there we go. If you want a better look at it, have a look at the vlog, but it is actually sparkling now. So pretty. I think this has to go in a shawl. This has to be a shawl for me. I then got the James Makes Yarns. I love this so much. So this is his Spring Bulbs colourway. It's a DK. Not 100% certain what I'm going to do with it. Again, I think I'd quite like to put it into a shawl. Oh, it's just so pretty. So pretty. I mean, what I'd like is a sweater's quantity and make a sweater out of it, but that's not going to happen. So, but it's very lovely. And I then bought a little bunny bag from, this is Joe Piccalilli. It's got a little mini in it, and I haven't opened the mini yet, so I thought I'd save that for the podcast. So this is what the little bag looks like. I'm going to use the bag for Ira for Easter, so that she can put her little Easter treats in it. But I am saving the mini, obviously, for me. Oh, that's really cute. It's got quite a few little bits in it. Bear with. There's this. And that's the mini. And it's also got a little bunny stitch marker. How cute is that? That's adorable. So let's see what we've got. This is well wrapped. Oh, it's a little chicken and egg decoration. I have an Easter tree, so we can stick that on the Easter tree. I need to get those down, actually. Thinking on. Probably should do that over the course of the week. And then this one. Oh, that's pretty. This is from Botanical Yarns. Isn't that lovely? That's really pretty. Maybe, because that does kind of go with that. Maybe I should just go through my stash and find another amount of this, and then decide if I want to do a garment. Put that down for a moment. We'll come back to that in revision. So yeah, so this is going to be the little bag. I'm going to let Ira have it. I mean, it would make the cutest little cake holder, wouldn't it? Yarn cake holder. But yeah, I'm going to let Ira have that for her little bits and pieces, because I think she'll love that. Right, so that was Saturday. So Sunday, I was chatting to Helen at the Giddy Yarn stand, and this just kept yelling at me from across the stand and had to come home. So this is a random sock set, but it's a sock set, so it will be socks. Oh, look, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. It is sparkle, of course, because everything of mine sparkles. I do love it. So yeah, I loved that. It's just, yeah, had to come home with me. And then my lovely friend Kate, this is a two-part present. My lovely friend Kate, who I was at the show with, treated me twice, in actual fact. So when I was at Kate's house a couple of weeks ago, she had a delivery of project bags, and she very kindly gifted me one. And this is from Bellica Yarns, and I mean, it's gnomes. I fell in love with it. Oh, I absolutely adore it. And there is a new mystery gnome along coming out from Imagine Landscapes, and the festive gnome kit, we are told, reliably informed, is perfect for it. So Kate very kindly bought this for me and gifted it to me. Isn't that lovely? So I am saving this for the new mystery gnome along. I think it's in April, but oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, I've just thought what I could use those for. Stephen West has got a new shawl out. It's a brioche shawl. That could be fun. I can't look up what it's called because it's on my phone, but yeah, it's just if you look on his Instagram, it's like the latest one he's been talking about. It's this beautiful brioche shawl. Oh, I might use it. I might use these and like a main colour all the way through, like a plain pink or something, because I think I've got two pinks, or I've even got two stormy blues as well. Not stormy blues, sky blues. That could be fun. Right, plans, all the knitting. But yeah, that's again from Kitty Yarns, who's got some great gnome kits on her website if you want a gnome kit. But yeah, so that's they're hanging out, waiting for the mystery gnome. I don't know whether I'll keep up with it because I don't, do I? We know I don't, but it's just, oh yeah, I was going to say, isn't this like the perfect set together? It was made to go together. So that's going to sit there and become the mystery gnome kit, which is very exciting. So that was it. That's all my incoming for this week's podcast. So I feel like I've been talking quite a lot and quite quickly. Gonna love that in editing. So yes, anything else to fill you in on? Oh goodness, what have we got? We've got the little family sadly have had the norovirus, so I've not been going anywhere near them, and I've just had a message actually flash up on my phone to say Katie's feeling a lot better today, but she's had a rough 48 hours, and Dan's been ill for quite a lot of the week, just hoping that little one doesn't get it, bless her. Charlie is currently away in Spain, taking part in some CrossFit games, and she's really pleased with how she did, so that's fantastic. And Meg is here. We went and watched an amateur dramatic performance of The Witches of Eastwick last night. That's a play. I've never seen it before. It's interesting. I mean, the talent and the singing and the acting and everything was incredible. One of the guys that's in it and the girl Meg acts with, and I really enjoy watching them act. So and hearing them sing. So it was a pleasure to go. But it was also like, I have no clue what this show is about. I think I need to see it again. We're gearing up for her run of Funny Girl. Mid-April, she's in Funny Girl with the Red Hill Esper Dramatic Society, which is going to be held in East Grinstead because the Red Hill Theatre shut. So she's gearing up for that. Ian, for those of you that know, Ian managed to cut his thumb on 2 weekends ago. He was entirely my fault. He wanted to take down some trees out the front. He got out this rusty old saw, and I went, "You're never going to be able to cut them down with that. It will take you all day. Let's go and buy a new saw." So I went and bought a nice new pruning saw, and he managed to saw straight through the branch and through his thumb. So I'm regretting that decision. bless him. So he's got stitches. It was nasty. It required a trip to the plastics unit and stitches, and it's being dressed every week, and yeah, it's not nice, bless his heart. I do feel very guilty for, you know, suggesting a new saw. He is also very accident prone, so I'm not sure DIY is really his forte. So otherwise we're fine. The dogs are fine. The cats are fine. I'm looking forward to doing some vlogs at some point. I'd like to do some at-home vlogs. I am thinking maybe of trying to put up on a Saturday. So my thoughts for the podcast, I need to stop this because this is already at half an hour. But my thoughts for the podcast is I'm going to try and do something special on a Wednesday. So record things like show you how the ball winder works and put that up as a little snippet on a Wednesday, and then maybe do a life vlog that go up on the Saturday. I think that could be quite fun. Haven't got anything to go up today because today is Saturday, but maybe for next week I'll start picking up the camera on a daily basis and maybe just recording what I'm working on, or or stuff that's just going on, like my cherry tree is currently in blossom. It looks gorgeous. I sat outside for the first time before work on Thursday, which was lovely. Friday I would have sat outside before work, but in actual fact what I was doing was hanging my washing on the line. Not quite so much fun, but it was lovely to get it all dry though. Oh, such a good breeze yesterday. Got so much dry on the line. Is it weird that I find that very satisfying? I love using my washing line so much. I love seeing the washing flapping in the breeze. I'm just a old-fashioned girl by heart. So yeah, I might try and do some, I think because life is actually getting slightly more interesting now that it is no longer winter here. I might just do some life vlogs. I might just try and vlog what I'm doing in my bedroom, but that's going to be a naming and shaming because it's so bad. I'm not sure I want to admit to what it looked like before. We will see. Yeah, it could be good fun. Could be good fun. Right. With all that being said, I need to get this edited. So I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and hopefully I will see you next week.